Do you guys think that the business school case studies, now I can say this because I'm an MBA myself, so do you guys think that the business school case studies really represent what is accurate for most startups?
Maybe not ours, because no one's done this. Like no one, like the case studies that I did at DU didn't talk about from what I remember, didn't talk about international startups, right? It definitely didn't talk about international startups in Latin America or a socialist economy, like
or nonprofits.
All that, or nonprofits. Like, I mean, yeah, maybe if you're doing like a tech startup out of Boulder or Silicon Valley or something, but for us, there were very few parallels between the case studies in business school and what we're trying to do.
Interesting. Well, because I want to go we'll go down this side path in terms of that. It seems to me like a lot of the business school case studies you get they claim to be innovative or brand new, but a lot of times it's within an established industry or it's some sort of niche or something like that. It's something that's known. It doesn't seem to be many of the business case studies actually deal with something genuinely brand new that's totally untested. And it seems venture capital, for all its sort of alleged romance with risk, doesn't actually do that. It seems like they want something more known. They want to segment, you're in this industry, you're in this sector, so they can quantify it, like there's a proven demand for this product or service, or fairly good evidence that there would be. But yeah, it seems like, at least with my review of the case studies, because I had a bunch of them as well, that there's not much. If you're doing something genuine, green fields, genuine blank sheet of paper, that it's not really that applicable to it. And it would be very difficult to raise capital for that if you're doing something genuinely brand new. Like I don't even know what the pitch deck would look like for you guys doing this, and having put together venture capital pitch decks, I don't even know what it would look like for you guys. So yeah, go ahead, Michelle.
There is one business that I looked at very closely, and I met with one of the guys that I think aligned best with ours. And that was the cable industry in Costa Rica 20, 30 years ago, cable TV. And that was very much a for-profit business study. They went out to rural communities and said, you may have a mud hut and, a couple 100 square feet of corn and you need cable TV and we're going to bring it to you and you've got to figure out a way to pay us for it. And it worked. Remember you would see satellites, the big for TV, for satellite TV all over some of these rural villages. And and that was the closest case study, if you will, that I found that I thought might be similar, although different. They weren't bringing cable TV out of altruism, they were bringing it out of for-profit focus. And I think that again was part of what informed us. Wow, we really should be doing this as a nonprofit. We're not trying to just sell cable TV to everyone. We're really trying to bring tools for success and sustainability.
Yeah. And for a lot of people, for the viewers, who have not been to the emerging world or emerging economies, they will probably be shocked at how many satellite televisions they see everywhere, rural, urban, anyway, yeah. And some, what I'm going to call very modest circumstances, people living in very, very modest circumstances, have these satellite things. And I think a lot of people would be shocked to know that. Then that's all over the place. It's in Africa, South America, Asia, that phenomena actually happens. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. And I will add, Brian, I think we'll probably get into this a little bit later, is the case studies. Again, it's been a few years since I read my last Harvard Business Review case study. But I don't remember very much talking about the human component, right? Like setbacks, failures, the psychological aspect of starting a business. Like what happens when you hit total dead ends and roadblocks, and the relationship aspects and working with people, and grinding, right? And not giving up. Like all that is maybe just as important, more important than any of the commercials or financials or business models that you can put together. It's the human elements that can make or break it, right? And I think that's something that would be lacking in, we can talk about our the personal side of things for Padola, later on. But there's a lot to tell there too.
Okay, interesting. Now, all right, so we're going to pivot a little bit. I love using the pivot word. That's an MBA word here as well. So we're going to pivot here. But tell me, you guys, a little bit more about Padola, what you guys do, kind of what you're about.
Yeah, I'll start. So you've probably picked up on this from what we've talked about so far. Our focus has been, and this is part of Lou really making the commitment to go and live in Bolivia for a little over a year. We have created really great strategic partnerships with the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Technology. Those are all the local government agencies. It would be equivalent of our Department of Energy, those kind of things. I mean, it's high level, along with the on the ground nonprofits who are bringing capacity to some of these villages and communities. So we are following in those footsteps. They're helping us identify the right communities for us. So for us, it's got to be a community that's ready for and wants electricity, that ready for and wants internet, that wants clean water. There's plenty of communities that are doing just fine. They don't need us to come in and raise $20,000 and help them out. They're doing just fine. So it's really identifying those specific villages that are interested in working with us. And then our focus, because this is our technical capabilities, our skills, our experience, our knowledge, has been around solar electricity and satellite internet for rural schools, and then solar powered water pumping for clean energy.
If I can just summarize that first. So Padola is about first of all, harnessing solar power for the purposes of providing internet and or water pumping for rural communities. Is that a fair statement?
Yep.
Okay. Again, doing the elevator pitch, we'll invoke some MBA language here for the elevator pitch. That's basically what Padola does. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, okay. Okay. And you guys have been doing this for a while now, like I said, around 2016, 17, you guys got started. So what are some of the projects you guys are working on now?
Right now we have our first larger scale infrastructure project since the COVID-19 pandemic, installing a solar powered water pump for the community of San Juan de Orcas. So if you look at a map of Bolivia, it's smack dab in between Cochabamba and Potosi, pretty much right in the middle of the country. And yeah, this community doesn't have the resources for clean, sustainable, healthy drinking water, especially during the dry season, which is getting longer and longer because of climate change. So we're down there with local partners, government and private partners to install, again, the solar powered water pumping system.
And and this is an ongoing project you're doing right now, right?
Yeah, we're going to start in middle of November, breaking ground, looking to complete it by the end of 2023.
Okay. Does Padola have a campaign, like a fundraising campaign that's going along with this, or do you guys already have that done and you're going to start, or tell us a little bit about that.
We're off and running. We have a website and social media presence that we're promoting our campaign, working with individual donors, trying to find corporate donors. And Michelle and I just actually finished up a live TV interview with Colorado and Company out of Denver, Colorado, to help promote and make this more, build the awareness of this campaign. So yeah, our campaign started and we're off and running, and we're collecting donations till the middle of November.
Okay. And Lou, appearing at the bottom of the screen there is the Padola's website, so people can visit there. Would they, at Padola's website, would they find information about this project and maybe a link to the video interview that you had referenced?
Yes, they will. So if you go to the homepage, there's an easy to find button right there. It's green, donate now. Go to the San Juan de Orcas project page, and you can donate and find all kinds of excellent information.
Okay. And are you guys, is Padola spearheading this project by itself? Is it working with any other partners on it, or kind of how does that look for you guys on this particular project?
Yeah, so we have multiple partners. So again, government partners, both at the federal, actually at the federal, the department, which is equivalent to our state level, and then the local municipalities. We have those three areas and partners, as well as one of our key strategic partners, which is Food for the Hungry, which is FH for short. All of us are bringing this thing together. Everyone is contributing in different ways, in different capacities. We're really going to be focusing on the solar and the renewable energy component of the project. But yeah, it's going to be a team effort. It takes a village, right? And so there's a handful of partners, both public and private, bringing this project to life.
Okay, and just to be clear, there's no minimum size of donation or anything like that. Anyone can contribute whatever they feel comfortable with, correct?
There's only the system on the website. Only the minimum is $1.
Okay.
So
Hopefully most
less,
people can handle
the
that.
system
Okay.
won't allow it. So yeah, whatever. If we find anyone who's willing to donate, we'll find a very good home for their donation.
Okay.